Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today to meet another of the inspiring members of the Upcycled Cloth Collective community. Today, I'm here with Judith Kerridge, who is a lifelong upcycler, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about her journey with textile upcycling. So, Judith, this is your chance to introduce yourself to the community. Who are you? Where are you? And why do you love upcycled textiles?
My name is Judith Kerridge. I live in Canada. I'm in Quebec. I am half French, half English. I've always traveled between those two worlds. And I've been an upcycler since I can remember. My first sewing experiences were making face cloths for my Barbies out of my mother's old towels.
Oh,
It's not an
lovely.
extreme upcycle towel to, and I still do that. I still use my old towels to make face cloths, and I still use those same ideas that I had as a child
That's
to
so wonderful.
upcycle.
I love that a childhood idea has transferred into your adult life.
That's why I'm thinking about what an upcycling journey was, and I thought
Yes.
that's where it began.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
and and the second that I don't know if it's different with kids today, but when I was creating as a child, there was just materials, wool, and stuff in the house that I could just gather and use. And that's still how I like to create. I
Yes,
kind of
yes.
get irritated when I have to go out and get something that I don't have.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
Yeah, it,
interesting.
it kind of irritates me to
I've,
go out
I've,
and buy something.
I find that quite interesting because quite a lot of people are the other way inclined. They buy a lot of art and craft supplies, and for them
Yeah.
that's the excitement. And then they get them home and they don't necessarily use them. So it's very interesting to speak to somebody who gets irritated if you have to actually go look for something and you can't find it within your current resources.
Exactly. And I have a lot because those people that bought all those things and brought them home and never used them, they gave them to me eventually. I've had a number of people empty out their linen cedar chest full of the fabric with the zipper and the button and the pattern and the lining all ready to do, and they never did it. We've all been there. But it's
Yes,
great that they passed it on,
yes,
and now, yeah, we can
yes,
we can use it as long
yes,
as it's not rotting away somewhere.
yes,
And
yes,
that's
yes,
why I've recently got involved. There's a lady here, Danielle Soucy, that started a Bazar des Couturières, which is
yes.
a bazaar where you bring out all the things that you haven't used and sell it to other people.
How wonderful.
And there's a few. And so I went this year and I went late because I don't need anything right now. Anyway, if I need something for a specific project, I'll go out. But right now, I'm trying not to accumulate. And people still give me fabric, so I'm trying not to buy.
Yes.
But I went out and I just said to her, I said, I'd like to help you. And the look on her face was shock. And through that, in the end, she's ended up giving me fabric. And I'm like, well, I was trying to help you. So and she's given me connections now to other people. She does markets. So
Yes.
it's interesting when you connect with other people that are passionate about this and they want you to succeed. She
Yes.
wants to
Yes.
help me now
Yes.
because I wanted to help her. Isn't
Yes.
that beautiful?
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that. Do you think that that is a quality of people who do textile upcycling that might be kind of a little bit different from other cultures out there? Because I know somebody said to me, excuse me, this week that they're not accustomed to somebody who shares other people's work as much as I do.
Mm.
And I was thinking about that. So why do other people not, why are most people pitched to self-promote only and not to promote the next person they know who might be in an adjacent field or even in the same field? Uh,
I agree. I haven't been on social media very long. For me, it's like maybe 4 or 5 years. Like I
okay.
really was not into it. And then I got on Instagram first. I saw the quilts on there and they inspired me to move on in my quilting journey and found this amazing community beyond that like
Yes.
we're just cheerleaders for each other.
Yes.
And like for me, if you put a quilt on Instagram, I'm putting a heart on there because you made a
Yes.
quilt and
Oh,
you
I
put
love
it on
that.
Instagram. And
Love that.
that's all that counts
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
Whether it's in my aesthetic or not, it's a quilt and it's on Instagram and there's a heart. Exactly.
Yes.
So I agree. And in quilting, there's a lot of giveaways and stuff that for fabrics. And one of them this week, we usually tag each other, your quilty friends. But one of them was give a compliment to your quilty friend as well. And
Oh,
I was like,
lovely.
how much better? Because now it made me go look back on their feed and to see
Yes.
what I really appreciate about their quilting and
Yes.
tell them that. And I was like,
That's so
that was
beautiful.
really, yeah, it was a nice moment for me in the day. And that's
Yes.
priceless, right?
Yes. Yes. So do you feel like these online communities with community managers who are giving these kind of prompts really are helping people to connect?
I do. I
Okay.
do. I have participated, I think either 2 or 3 times in there's a woman, Amy's Creative, I think,
Yes.
that does an IG Quilt Fest in the month of March. And
Okay.
I'd seen it go by a few times and I decided to participate. And that's when I really dove into the Instagram community. And
That's so
it's the
interesting.
whole month of March, a prompt a day, and you
Yes.
get to know each other. And
Yes.
I
Yes.
noticed a big difference this year, though. There was a lot less people. But for
Okay.
me as well, I'd had a lot of stuff at the end of last year,
Yes.
and it's what got me back into
Yes.
my studio.
Yes.
And the prompts got me thinking and just
Yes.
being back present with my art. And I'm really thankful for that because I don't think I would have come back to sewing as quickly through all of that turmoil I had last year. And it's
Yes.
really important for me to get back to sewing. It's
Yes.
really important.
Yes. Yes. Why are you feeling that way right now?
Well, last year my mother passed away,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry to hear that.
she is, thank you. She is the source of all of this. A lot my
Okay.
mother always created. She sewed, she knitted, she did stained glass, she wove. Like I just always saw her getting involved in something new as well, which
Yes.
is very much me. I'm always diving into a new project and diving into a new technique. So
Yes. Yes.
I really, really love uh, that I was able to just watch her.
Yes.
Like, because I thanked her for it the last time I saw her. I said, thank you for everything you gave me. And she said, what did I give you? And I said, all the things you were making. And she said, I was just doing that and you were watching me. And I was like, well, I was so thankful that I got that role model
Yes.
because or else it would have taken me so much longer to get here.
Yes.
So
Yes.
really, in the end, it was so important to me. Like there could have been a lot of different things that my mother gave me, but that is really my core, the love of fiber,
That is so beautiful.
using the
I've got
hand.
goosebumps sitting here hearing you tell that story. That's
Oh,
so beautiful. That's so
so
beautiful.
I
I
was
also
really,
lost my mom last year, so
you did as well. It seems like you did as well. I'm sorry for
it's
that.
been a
It's difficult.
patch. It's been a patch. It's been a patch. It's been a patch. So what
I
was
was
your
just
mom's
coming
favorite
out of
craft?
that. What was my mom's favorite craft? She
Mm,
was still knitting at 94.
wow.
It wasn't very good, but she
Okay.
was still knitting.
That is
So
impressive.
she was just knitting scarves.
Okay.
But it was that moment where she could focus on something else than pain. And
Yes.
so it was all, yeah, she was still knitting, but she did
Yes.
so many things. I remember a big loom like in the basement when I was a
Okay.
kid. But I think the thing she did the most was stained glass.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's interesting. It's quite interesting to go from something as soft as textile to something as hard as stained
exactly.
glass. Because
I can see
it's a
though, because
craft
I was
I
so
would never
interested in
try
mosaic.
because of that.
Pardon me?
I would never try stained glass because of the hardness.
Exactly. Well, it was really hard on her hands. It
Yeah.
was very hard on her, and because she was older when she was doing stained glass. At one point, she said, "Okay, it's due," but she was always attracted. I think I personally can see it because of the especially when you have it up against the window. They
Yes,
do those postcard quilts now that, that has no
yes,
backing and against the window,
yes,
and they look very much like stained glass.
yes.
Um, but she kept asking me, one of my huge motifs in my work is a sun. And she
Okay.
kept asking me to make her a sun pattern so she could do one in stained glass.
Mm.
And I just didn't know how to make her a pattern, but I made her a sun quilt that she
Okay.
turned into a pattern and made several of those. So I find it cool that, she used one of my quilts to make a stained glass piece.
I find that fascinating that you couldn't quite see the interpretation, the leap in the interpretation, and for her, she knew what the next step was.
She was right there. Yeah, she saw that quilt and she knew how to do it in glass.
Oh,
So
how
yeah,
fabulous.
it
How
was lovely.
fabulous. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit more about your work, Judith. When did you start selling your upcycling?
I started selling in my 20s.
Okay.
I worked in a drapery shop, uh, just really high-end fabrics and got really into nice fabrics. And these people that have their drapes made, they never want their fabric scraps.
Mm.
So all the girls, we'd get the scraps, and I still have some of those. And I started making hats. I started making hats. This is more of a quilty one, but they got very funky as well.
Those are fabulous.
And selling hats, reversible hats, and cushions as
Yes.
well. So I started doing stuff like that.
Yes.
Um, where's a cushion? This whole chair is a cushion.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a
Please,
chenille
can you hold that
technique.
closer to the camera so we can see it up close?
This is a chenille. I will put my camera in big so I can show you. This is the
Oh,
chenilling technique, right? Of just sewing
oh,
here
that
to
is
down
delicious.
here. So this is how you do that, right? You just sew and then you
That
cut the
is
pieces, right? And so this is a lot of scraps from my drapery days, just the fabric scraps.
just,
And
she
it's
says, just, she
and it's
says, that
like
is
it's a very old
magnificent.
chair that, is all scratched up and should have been thrown away, but instead it's gotten a new life. There was some horrible plaid brown cushions that were just bad. And I did this about I think 20 years ago, and the
Wow.
chair looks the same. I brought it out to a store where I'm selling my things, and there was a grand reopening, and I was sitting in it doing some hand sewing, and people loved it. So I was like, oh, I'll bring it downstairs for the interview.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it downstairs. I'm salivating, like
And it
literally.
feels like, because it's got these wing backs, you feel like you're getting a lovely hug. And it's also
No,
like, it's a
the chenille
confidence
work and the
hug. You
color.
can have two people.
It's the
You should come
chenille
on
work.
over.
I should.
Sorry, I'm not letting you speak.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Oh, wonderful.
It's the combination of the texture and the color for me is that piece I would
Yeah,
covet in my home. So
it's
nice.
it's really cozy. It's really cozy. Yeah, I
And
don't
also
do so
because
much
it's
of that.
round.
I love, yes, and I'll show you my rugs as well. Very circular. And it's
Okay.
funny, sometimes some men come and go, "Oh, that's very round." And I think men are challenged by round. I've just had that from a couple of men, and I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting."
What other
Very round.
shape
And
did you
usually they're tall.
expect it to be?
Yeah, they're tall, thin men, and maybe it's round is challenging.
So interesting. So interesting.
So it went from the hats and the cushions into more art quilts.
Okay.
Started painting on fabric and doing that kind of stuff, collagey. I didn't bring any of the quilts from that time down. But more recently, I've gotten into some more traditional kind of flying geese patchworky, which I never thought I would be into the math of it. But there is some recycled cloth in here. My father's pajamas are in here.
Oh, how
And
fabulous.
yeah, when there's some really good quality, men's fabrics,
Yes.
the
Yes.
the shirts and the really good quality cotton, I bothered to, treat it and wash it and use it in my stash as I would any other fabric.
You mentioned you're enjoying those more than you thought. What are you enjoying about them?
I thought, like when I first started with it, I thought, oh, I'll never do those kind of quilts. That's too cerebral, too mathematical. And I don't know, there was like when I joined Instagram and I saw the colors were different of the traditional quilts, and there was a slight shift on it that I was like, oh, I could see that. And
Okay.
and then I started playing. I also feel when I'm working with my scraps, I play more. When I have a brand new piece of fabric, I'm more reticent to cut into it.
Yes.
Whereas if it's scraps, I'm like, I'll try this out and see what happens.
Yes.
And if it doesn't turn out, it becomes something else, right? It doesn't really matter then because it was a
Yes.
scrap. It was
Yes,
going
you
to the
can't really make
garbage.
a mess.
Exactly. So, and then similarly, now I've gone into the more hand piecing.
Oh, that's
And some of
beautiful.
these as well are fabrics that I was handed down that I thought I could never use. This fabric, which ended up being the most lovely iris, had all these different blues and was just shot. I was like, I'm never going to use that. But once you start cutting these up in this way, it becomes something else entirely.
Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning.
And I never thought I would do handwork like this either. And now
Okay.
it's my 2 hours before bed,
Okay.
and it's just priceless to me to have
Yes.
that
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes.
And
That 2 hours before bed, can you tell us a bit more about it? Because I have a similar practice. I will sometimes work very late, but afterwards, if I don't do my sewing before bedtime, life's
yeah,
not the same for me.
no, you did, and there's a sewing machine and all that, and I try not to do hand sewing during the day because then I'll get nothing else done.
Mm.
If I sit down on the couch and start hand quilting or hand sewing, nothing else will happen. Nobody will eat. Nothing happens. And so that's why it's before bedtime. And sometimes, yes, if I'm not having to wake up early,
Yes.
I can be hand sewing till 3 a.m. sometimes.
Yes.
I try not to too much, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I should go to bed. I'm like, you're enjoying yourself.
Yes.
Why should you stop now?
Yes.
This is
Yes.
heaven. Why should you stop heaven?
Oh,
So I
that's
just
so
end up
beautiful.
sometimes too late. But oh well, I'm not hurting anyway.
It's not called too late. I heard somebody call it silly o'clock.
Oh, I like it. Because I don't do studio work. The sewing machine's off at 10 p.m. and then there's a little break and then I go do the hand sewing. But yeah, I wouldn't do the machine.
And I find it interesting that the machine work is in the workspace, but the hand sewing is in your me time space.
Yes, it's in my like, and I remember doing a post last year of just that hand quilting oasis. The light was on. It was just, and yeah, it's a bit more of a this studio is a busy place, and I get things going, whereas the handwork is upstairs on the couch, watching, just listening to things usually more than watching. I don't end up
Yes,
watching things.
yes,
I
yes.
end up
What do you
sometimes
listen to?
watching something twice.
What do you listen to?
That's varied. I listen to a
Okay.
lot of stuff. Recently, not good stuff. If you have some really nice recommendations, I'd love that because I find stuff is so dark and gray these days, and it's
Yes.
just horrible.
Yes,
Why
yes,
why are things so twisted? So
yes,
let's just
yes,
happy things.
yes, yes. I
Hmm.
watch quite a lot of Netflix trash.
Exactly, I do too, and I'm really enjoying First Dates UK right now.
Okay.
Watching people fall in love or not.
Yes.
But I just find I'm like listening to that and I'm smiling. So I'm like, okay, that's good for me right now, you know?
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, there's certain trash that I move around to. There's one guy on YouTube that does wood turning.
Okay.
And I like not while I'm sewing, I don't watch that, but just when
Yes.
I'm relaxing,
Yes.
and I find it so real. And my partner was like, "Should I buy you a lathe?" And I'm like, "No, no, I just like watching him make his things, and it's relaxing, but I don't want to work wood."
That's so funny because my partner, I always tease him that whenever I sneak downstairs to see what he's doing on his computer, I can guarantee he'll be watching wood porn. So he'll be watching something to do with woodworking.
I love that you called it wood porn because that's what I call fabric porn. Like,
Yes, yes, totally, totally, completely engrossed. Not interested in anything else.
no, what are you talking to me? No, no, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
I wonder
totally
what
relate.
I wonder what it is about fiber. You mentioned earlier when we chatted that you feel that fiber has a memory. Do you want to go down that road now?
Yeah, I have a lot of there's some scraps here that I wanted to show you. This is one of my favorite upcycles. I bought this at Value Village, which is one of the big secondhand outlets here.
Okay,
It was a Hawaiian muumuu. I'm sure you can see the Hawaiian muumuu in it.
it's
There was some
beautiful.
green parts to it. And I was dancing a lot in those days, very modern contact improvisation, if you know anybody. And you need some nice loose clothes. And I made myself some pants out of this. And I
Okay.
traveled quite a bit with these pants. And people would, like, I was asked by somebody in a bus stop, where did you get those pants? You know,
Fabulous.
and so I always like when you make your own stuff, you can make them unique. So this piece of fabric, and this was the pant. There was a lot more of the, because you can see, but I'm still using it and
What's
upcycling it.
left?
It was pants. It was a muumuu. It was pants. And this was part of my grandmother's poodle skirt, with an
Oh,
actual poodle on it. And I've used, and this, I think, I found another little bit. I found a little belt that's left. But these are the two bits that are left from that skirt. So they really have to go. And it's like this beautiful denim. I don't know if you can see it. The quality of
it's
cloth back then is
fabulous.
just so different.
Fabulous.
And
I've got a
this
weakness for
has to go on
striped
something
denim.
new.
Do you know that?
What's that?
I have a weakness for striped denim. I don't know if you can see. I've got a striped
Oh,
denim
oh,
skirt
I
on
love
right
a
now.
striped denim. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I found it in a thrift store.
Oh, even better.
Yes. Yes.
Striped denim. And this is my grandfather's shirt, which I love because it's this double shot. And this I actually wore a long time. And
Okay.
I don't know if you can see the fibers in there. There's a green and an orange.
Oh,
You can see it
lovely.
on the side, the threads coming out. And then, again, you just don't get this quality of fabric anymore. You just, and
No.
this as well, it went into my little prosperity hens are my new upcycling. So I'm using all my scraps
Yes.
on the outside and on the inside.
Okay.
So all the things that I save, all the pieces that are too small, all the threads, all the
Yes.
things
Yes.
go on the inside of the hens now.
Yes. I make these little balls.
Oh, oh, I love those.
And I'd accumulated about 20 of them, and a friend of mine was teaching a craft class to small children, and they wanted to make Christmas decorations. So I just gave them all to her, and then the kids could just glue glitter and stuff on the little ones, and they
Oh, great.
they had something that was finished and looked unique.
Mm-hmm. It's great to be able to do that,
Yes, yes.
to just
I'm loving
pass it
the
on to.
potential of even the tiniest piece.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
have so many different ways of dealing with the scraps. I'm still trying to every time I get more fabric, it's more scraps and scraps. So I'm still trying to have a shelf back here that I'm going to make some bins now to try. There's some shoe organizers on the back of the door now. And so just trying to, because as well, when you accumulate scraps, it's a slow gathering, right? Because
Yes,
oh, I found this piece, something will go with it, but you
yes,
know where that piece is when you get something else to add to
Yes.
it. And
Yes.
sometimes
Yes.
projects can grow over years in that way.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then you have
Yes.
enough of the accumulation. But
Yes.
where do you put all this stuff?
Yes. Yes.
So I've started when I started doing my baskets. So this is my biggest upcycling now. Are these baskets that
Oh
I
my
do
goodness, those are delicious.
with any kind of fiber except wool. I don't use wool because these are completely washable and dryable as they are right now.
Those
This has my mending. This
those
is usually by the
bags
couch and has
are
my socks for mending.
delicious.
But yes, they're just nice to, and this as well, this I use every week. They're so strong as well. This one is mostly denim and corduroy.
Yes.
And these were some of my first ones. I'm getting into really nice ways of
Oh,
using
look
them.
at your vessels.
This
Those
is
are
my little
lovely.
hanging basket. And you can just put some little push pins on the wall. And you
Yes.
have the hanging plants.
Those are
I have a few bigger
lovely.
hanging plant ones. And then my sewing machine was struggling, so I got a new one recently.
Okay.
And I made a series of little bowls just because
Those are beautiful.
purple was out and they
Those are
all
lovely.
messed together.
Nested bowls. Nothing is nicer than a set of nested bowls.
Nothing, right? And I just kept going and I was like, there's 7 of them now.
Oh, those are
We'll see.
beautiful.
So this is the kind of thing I'm interested in selling and
Okay.
nowadays my little hens, that and the quilts, I
Okay.
don't think there'd be any room for selling hand piecing quilts because it would be outrageously expensive. But I'm
Yes.
interested in teaching people how to do their own hand piecing because I think
Yes.
that's a wonderful way to upcycle, the little
Yes.
scraps of fabric.
Yes. So where do you sell your products?
Well, right now, there's a little store in my little town, little village called Aylmer. I'm in Gatineau, but formerly Aylmer. And then there's a store called Bettina and Company. She
Okay.
makes she makes her own soaps and stuff right there in the store.
Yes.
But she also has other artists come in, and there's some jewelry, different things like that. So right now, it's at Bettina and Company.
That's so cool.
But I'm going to do a few markets as well this summer, I believe, and
Okay.
just
Okay. I'm blown away by your baskets. Your combinations of materials and colors are beautiful. You've got a wonderful sense of aesthetic for color combination and texture values that comes out in all of your work. It's very beautiful.
oh, thank you.
I'm
That
impressed.
comes from my mom, I think. I remember, I don't know if you're familiar with the landscape here in Quebec, but we have maple trees that
Okay.
change dramatically in the fall.
Mhm.
And my mother, I was the youngest of 4, and she does say that she had more time alone with me when the other ones were out of school, and
Mm,
she enjoyed that. And I think we shared that aesthetic, or she passed it along to me. And I remember a lot of walks in the woods and
mm,
her pointing out color.
mm,
And it's still what I do when I'm in nature.
mm.
When we go out on the little boat for a fishing day, I call it I'm filling my eyes,
Yeah.
especially with green. It's
Oh, I
just
love
like,
that. I'm filling my eyes.
yeah, there's a certain amount of, especially when you're on the water, the quality of light and the green and the reflection,
Mm,
it fills me.
mm, 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 mm,
So that I remember coming back last year and making a green basket
mm.
and really representing that and that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I have had the most delightful time talking to you today, Judith. Thank you so much for
Me
this
too, Melanie. You've made this so
magical window
painless.
into your world. Was it painless?
It was painless.
Yes.
It was lovely, actually. It was lovely. I love
Yeah.
talking fiber.
Clearly, it is clearly your passion. It shines through. And that's where my job is easy. If I find the right person who's passionate about what they do, then my job as an interviewer is very easy.
The conversation. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for being an active member of the Upcycled Cloth Collective community. So you're a newer member.
Yes,
What are you
very much. Yeah.
enjoying about the group?
I just enjoy the variety. And oh, look at I if I hadn't thought of that. That's all I like. Oh, look,
Yes,
I'll try that out.
yes, yes.
And now there's a pile since I've joined. There's a pile of denim that's being built up. Denim is no longer going in the baskets. I'm keeping the denim to do different things with now. So sometimes I have to choose what fabric gets sacrificed where. Exactly.
It's
But yeah, there is a pile of denim that's growing now.
it's wonderful to hear that the inspiration is
Exactly.
working for everybody who
It's
touches
contagious.
that surface.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, yes,
Wonderful. I really enjoy it. And I'm new on Facebook and
okay,
I'm really new. I went, oh, it's groups that I have
yes,
to join instead of
yes,
just I recently joined and I went, oh yes, this is more the Facebook that I want to see.
yes, 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 yes. And that's such a good point. We are able to curate our experience out there. You just
Yeah.
have to go exploring a little to find the ones that you like, the ones that are a better fit.
Yeah. Well, I join and then if I don't like it, I'll
You
just
leave again.
unjoin,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
but yeah, no, because I try not to do scrolling on Instagram or Facebook. I go look at people, but I
yes,
try not to scroll. I don't feel that's a good, I'm like, go so instead of doing
yes, yes. I like that. That's a great way to curate how you spend your time and so that it doesn't become a slippery slope.
Yeah, because exactly, oh, half an hour's gone by and I just, and
Yes.
the fridge
Yes.
door is open and, like, what? It can really, I worry for the kids of today, how they're going to grow up with dis to detach from it at some point.
Yes.
It's important.
So I attended a talk by the trend analyst Lee Edelkoort about 15 or 20 years ago. And back then she said that the more that we inhabit cyberspace, the more we will crave textured, tactile experiences.
Mm. Oh, I hope that's true.
Mm.
I
So I
hope
think it
that's
is
true.
true. I think that I certainly find it for myself. I spend a lot of time immersed in cyberspace, and for me, that textual, tactile experience is what grounds me before bedtime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
That
think
big.
there's
Yeah.
hope. I think there's hope as long as we live in the world.
Yes. Yes. We need to come back to the world. You're right. You're right. I
Yes.
agree. I will take that hopeful sentiment away.
Yeah. Thank you
Definitely.
so much for spending time with me. That was very precious. I appreciate getting to know you. Um, and I'm sure that the audience watching has really enjoyed your story today. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much for picking me, Melanie. Thank
It's
you.
such a pleasure.
Really appreciate it. It's the first time I kind of went, yes, to the universe. Yes. And it feels really good. Thank
You
you.
did a fantastic job. Say yes again.
I will. I will. It's a new motto.
Bye, everybody.
Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.